All right. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to pop up chat real quick. Put that right there. I'll give everyone a couple minutes to get on. It's like YouTube is once again bad about telling people when I go live. Always a good thing to come to. That's good enough. All right, so we'll give us a few minutes before we get started. Let's say we got 3 people in here. How's everyone doing today? Little Reptiles, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? I'm just gonna give this a couple minutes to see if anyone else is coming. Come on, I'll pull up the questions that we're gonna ask. All right, we got that all set up. How's it going, Sly? I don't know where to put this. Nope. I guess right there is good enough. Oh, well. Damn, man. YouTube always sucks at this. Did you guys get like a notification that I was going live? Or like before, was it, I don't know what the word is. Did it like give you a like heads up? Like usually it gives like a preview that I'm going live in a certain date. I said it for, a couple days from now at this time. Did it say the correct time, or maybe it gave like an incorrect time? Like maybe it said it was at like 7 o'clock or something. And maybe that's why no one's here. I just got a notification when you get live. Just one now. All right. YouTube, man. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. We've been on for 2 minutes. I don't want to wait too long, so I'll give it to minute 3, and then we'll just get started instead, and it'll just be a shorter audience, I guess, smaller audience. No big deal. Well, what to do? We can look at a chameleon. Oops. Look at that thing. Don't mind that. That's storage. That's pretty cool. All right. I'm just going to get this thing started. I do breed Tokays. Right now we have 1, 2, 3. I believe we'll have 4 Tokays available by late June to July. I've got another clutch of normals on the way, and then I have 3 reduced patterns that I'm going to be holding back, but I might let go of 1 or 2 depending on the sex of them. Probably in the fall. I want to wait till they're about 6 months old of age before I let them go, because I want more females is my thing. Because I already have an adult male, so I don't really need 2 adult males, but I would like some more reduced pattern females. So we're just going to basically wait it out, and once I can sex if they're male or female, that's when I'll choose who to get rid of and who to keep. Well, we're 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We got 6 people on. Let's do this. So how you guys doing? My name's Dakota. I'm the owner of DBCB Exotics, as all of you probably know. And today I've started a new series called Ask a Breeder. Just wanted to do something for these live chats, just because for a lot of the times I don't have too much, I guess, structure around them. It's kind of a free-for-all, and that works, but it only works for about 30 minutes, and then I run out of things to say. The chat's never as alive as I'd like it, so I run out of topics, and it just ends up getting a little awkward. My crested geckos, I have 2 clutches from my red Dalmatian. One of the eggs, her first clutch of eggs, 1 egg was viable, and now her next clutch, both eggs are viable. And I just did get a clutch from Cookie, the Super Dow Ink Blot, and both those eggs look pretty good. One of them I gotta recandle it because I wasn't too sure, but I think both of the clutches are good. Xena, I don't know what's going on with Xena. She's laid me 2 clutches of duds so far, which sucks because she was an all-star last year and produced me like every clutch of eggs were viable. It worked out great. I don't know what's going on this year. I paired her again with the male, so hopefully we can get something fertilized and get some eggs this season. And then I have a tricolor over there that I paired with a lavender partial pen. And hopefully, I mean, she should be laying like any day. She's gravid for sure. I just haven't, I don't know. Eggs just haven't laid yet. But yeah, we had a few eggs cooking. I definitely don't have as many eggs as I expected this year. I mean, I expected to get anywhere from like 30 to 40 babies, but it looks like we're going to be closer to like around 20, which isn't necessarily, still quite a bit, but not as many as I thought was going to happen. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. New segment. I figured this would be fun. So, of course, I made a post, 3 days ago, asking you guys, what are some questions you guys have? Whether it be husbandry related, enclosure related, something about the animal behavior. And you guys actually, the last one, it was a little bit more informal because I only got, I think, 2 questions. But this one, you guys really knocked it out of the park. I think we have 8. We got quite a few questions going on. So I'll answer them here, and then we can discuss afterwards, and I'll keep going. Do you have a website like Adam? No, I don't have a website. I don't know. I don't really, I guess time. I don't know. I for right now, for like what I'm doing, I feel like the Facebook page suffices enough, or my Instagram page suffices. I don't see like too much of a point that justifies me spending that much time on a website. He seems like he has like a lot of points that he's made, but I don't know, maybe later on. But for right now, my Facebook page, DBCB Exotics, my Instagram, DBCB Exotics, they have all my breeder info. Facebook needs to be updated a little bit because I've gotten a lot more tokays and a lot more breeders, like the croc skinks. But it has all my information on all my breeders, my projects, what's for sale, what's been sold, pretty much the gist of all that. What size enclosure do you recommend for tokays? I mean, depending. If you're going for like the Zoomed or Exoterra stuff, I like the 18 by 18 by the 24 can suffice. I like the skyscrapers if you really want to go all out. It's the 18 by 18 by 36. I think those work pretty rad. Other than that, I don't know. I use 29 gallons as temporary enclosures. I don't really like aquariums, so I don't really recommend them. PVC is another great way to go. Who's going to be on the Twitch stream this week? I mean, we got 9 people, so there's not going to be a guest on the Twitch stream this week. I guess I'll, screw the topic at hand. Let's just talk. So what's going on is lately I voiced my concerns, and now John's also. We're both a little like, we're not really growing on Twitch is the big issue. It's kind of been just the same 12 to 20 people every time, and then on our last stream, I think we topped out at like 8 guests or 8 viewers. So there's something going on, right? We're not growing, and it's not going organic. We've been doing this for quite a few weeks now. So we've been talking, and we don't have everything ironed out yet, so I'm not going to go too in-depth in it, but we have kind of a game plan on where we're going to incorporate more social media aspects into it. So we are going to open like an Instagram page for the Herp Hour, and we are also going to open a YouTube account for it. Now, we are still going to be going live on Twitch. However, we will be taking those videos afterwards and posting them on YouTube. The details, like I said, haven't been ironed out yet. I don't know exactly how long we're going to wait, whether it's like, the next day we post it or a week later we post it. So again, we're still going to be all on Twitch when it goes live, but after X amount of time, we'll be uploading the podcast onto a YouTube account as like an archive, I guess, so you can view all of the videos that we've done in the past. We still have all the videos still downloaded, so everything starting from Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles up to Scales 13 is all saved, and we'll be one by one posting those on the channel as well. Of all your reptiles, do you find the most enjoyable to observe? That's a tough one. I like my jungle carpet, but the quince monitor is also really fun to observe. I don't know. There's a couple that I enjoy watching. I'm gonna rename this. We might do this as I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think my quince monitor is really fun to look at. Although whenever he sees me, he like just stares at me and then nothing else. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I have a bunch of cool stuff that I just like staring at. So yeah, it's a tough question to ask, like, with one reptile. Are you interested in getting into breeding tegus, or is that a bit much to do? I've thought about it. I really enjoy tegus. The market just seems too saturated even at this point, and it just seems like I want to work on a project that I just read Uncharted Wilds comment while I'm talking. If I'm going to get into a project that requires that much space, because of course tegus take up a lot of space, their babies take up a lot of space. I don't want to do it into a market that is as saturated as tegus are. I mean, you can find tegu breeders a lot. Rose City, Jesse Jungles, DYN. I don't remember the other people. I'll be honest. I don't look too much into tegu breeding. Underground Reptiles. That's a fourth one that I'll throw out. There's quite a few people doing it. There's quite a few people doing it large scale to the point where I would be a little too concerned. Because tegus, of course, lay big clutches, anywhere from 20 to 30 eggs. I would be a little concerned on me being able to find the available homes, I guess, enough customers to buy babies from me in order to not have to grow these babies out to, from babies. Then maybe, I only sell 20, but I still have 11 more tegus. Now all of a sudden I need 11, 6x3s or 8x4s to keep them in. It seems a little, just not something I'd want to do. I'm a lot more interested in breeding the Varanus melanines, the quince monitors. Although it seems like it'd be a lot more difficult, no one's really doing it right now. So it's something that really sparks my interest because it is a challenge, yes, but if I could actually get it to work, it would definitely, I would feel like it's more a good idea, I guess. I don't really know what the word I'm looking for is. It makes more sense to me. It's something that sparks my interest a lot more because then at that point, if I actually am successful with, I'm like the only guy out here breeding quince monitors versus being successful in these large operations for tegus where now I'm like 1 out of 20 guys that are doing it. But yeah, at the end, it's not a bit too much to do. Yeah, I have the space, I have the means to do it. It's just the market there is not where I want it to be. Yeah, exactly, Cole. I know there's quite a few people that don't want to convert to Twitch, and I don't want to leave you guys out, especially as my YouTube grows and John's YouTube grows. That's going to be a thing where it's very difficult for people to switch platforms. It's very difficult to ask that someone wants to set up a whole new account just for you on a platform they've never used before. It doesn't work out too well. So after talking to him a little bit, we decided that YouTube's the best for the people that absolutely do not want to switch over. We're not going to force anyone, but we still want you to dive into the content because the podcasts are really fun. Some of them came out really great. I have a great time doing them every time. So, I want to show that. So yeah, we'll be making the YouTube channel. I don't think we'll ever be going live on YouTube through the channel. We'll always be going live on Twitch. That'll be our primary source. But like I said, the YouTube's just going to be something like an archive or a library of our past podcasts. And then Uncharted Wild, tegu sleeping for 8 months is a good one to observe. Yeah, it's a really good look at the dirt. How's it going, Ben's Pets? I'm a little late, but I'm here. Hey, how's it going, JP? How do you make sure your baby red-eyed croc skinks are getting enough food when they are separated from the parents? Biggest things I look for are poops, and if the baby is losing any weight. I like dish feeding. Dish feeding is always a great choice. When I had my baby croc skink before I sold her, I had a little dish filled of various mealworms, black soldier fly larvae, waxworms, things like that. And then I would let loose some small crickets or dubia roaches here and there. And I always noticed that the dish was always empty at time to time, and then, that there wasn't a excess of bugs in there. So it seemed like she was eating, she was gaining weight, not losing weight. That's basically the best thing that I've noticed because I like dish feeding just because you can see. Make sure you get it. Well, make sure you are getting a dish that they can't escape out of. That's been one of my problems. Is I've had dishes in the past, like with my quince monitor, where I'm like, damn, this thing really loves dubia roaches. He's going after those dubias like nonstop. And then I lift up a cork or a branch, and there's like 17 dubia roaches hanging out underneath. So make sure you get a dish that's no slip, they can't get out of, and it's a lot easier way to observe rather than just letting them go out into the wild. Or the enclosure, not the wild. Why is the crested gecko Mark? Why is the oh no wait, they're so private. I never see mine eat. I'm worried about getting enough food. It should be fine. Like I said, dish feeding, as long as you're not seeing like an excess amount of weight loss, like yours like it's looking like really thin. I really wouldn't worry that too much. I never see mine eat, and they gain weight. I see the poops every now and then. Why is the crested gecko market saturated? Because anyone and everyone can breed crested geckos. You literally just have to put a male in with a female. It doesn't matter about anything else. You can put them in dirt poor conditions and they'll breed and produce viable eggs. It's such an easy market to get into, so everyone does it. And that's about it. I see so many people like, oh my God, I had surprise clutches. There's 6 clutches of eggs in my soil. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. It really makes me think, why am I doing it? That's a good point. I feel like Tigers are gaining popularity, and I'm seeing more and more children get them. Sorry, I got a Facebook notification. More and more children get them. I kind of appreciate that they are semi-hard to get. I just got a new red today, and I feel the same about being the only one to breed something. I'd only go for legless lizards since they haven't been proven bred in captivity. Yeah, I mean, breeding something out in captivity would be that'd be difficult. Do you see my eyebrows do that? That'd be a pretty difficult thing. I tried to do that with Peter's Bandit skinks a while back. I got a confirmed breeding pair of them. I think I worked with them for like, I don't know, a year and a half, something like that, maybe a little less. And I could not, I was looking at like natural areas, what the breeding cycles look like, what the environment. So I was like making things cooler. I was creating rain periods. It just couldn't get them to work. It's something that's super difficult. I think as far as the Peter's Bandits go, there's been one person to successfully do it. They had like a colony of maybe less than 10 actually in a large enclosure, and they got eggs, but they weren't viable. So we're like one step closer with the Peter's Bandit skinks, but still not near that end goal of getting viable eggs. Is it impossible to go live at the same time on both accounts, YouTube and Twitch? I have no idea how to work that. So it's not impossible. There's a lot of applications that allow you to stream on multiple platforms. Since we are now affiliated with Twitch, Twitch does not allow you to go live on other things. I'm actually not too sure if me doing this is Twitch legal. I don't know if it's again. I feel like because it's not the herp hour, me and John make up that Twitch thing. So I feel like I myself as DVCB Exotics can do a stream regularly. Whereas if we were both to come onto YouTube as the herp hour, I think that's when we would run into a bit of issues as far as their policy goes. But yeah, we cannot, Twitch does not allow per their policy if you're affiliated with them. It's the same thing like being monetized on YouTube. We're making money off of Twitch, although we make like, I think we're up to like 4 or 5 cents now. It's not, we're not like making money, but we're making, we made a nickel so far. At that point, they do have a pretty strict policy on where and when you can stream as far as other platforms go. I need a more secure dish. Yeah, let me know if you find one, because I swear to God, my bugs get out of all my dishes. Hey, how's it going, Supreme Gecko? I haven't seen you. Supreme Gecko. So yeah, speaking of Supreme, I did a quick little clip for him. He's doing one about isopods, and so he had a couple of people show him their isopod enclosures, and he's going to be giving like a quick review of it and what we can improve, because I'm definitely having some issues as far as my isopod production goes, and I'm really looking forward to that video. So if you guys aren't already, make sure to check out Supreme Geckos if you like isopods, crested geckos. He has some other geckos that are really cool. What was it? What were the geckos you just had, Supreme? It was the one I just commented on. They were wicked adorable. They're like, it's totally. I know you had like the cat-eyed gecko. I can't remember. I've been like swamped with a bunch of stuff. Bunch of cute geckos. Bunch of cute isopods. Show Supreme Gecko some love. He's got some good stuff. I've learned a lot from his isopod videos on some mistakes that I've been making. The cat geckos ? I don't know if that's a real gecko or not. I have pretty good luck with 3D printed Studi bowls, but being bug safe. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, cat geckos. Yeah. Thanks for the shout out. I've had great response. We will be showing our first isopod setup review tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. I'm actually going to be heading I don't know. Yeah, I should be able to catch that. That'd be fun. Looking forward to it is the big thing. See, Liz knows what she's talking about. All right, so comments are kind of out. So let's get into the substance. 20 minutes into the stream, which is the Ask the Breeder. So are people answering my question? JP, you're not supposed to answer the question on the post. I'm supposed to answer it on the stream. What are you doing? Anyway, our first question comes from Daniel, and his question is, which is the safest loop substrate for a bearded dragon? Now, of course, most of you guys know, if you're any type, if you've been around to this channel for any amount of time, I always prefer the bioactive substrate for bearded dragons. Been a huge fan of implementing bioactive substrates and bioactive enclosures. You can see that giant, well, actually these 3, I got the red-eye tree frog right here, the tomato frog right there, I've got another 12 by 12 by 18 over there with pothos in it. I enjoy bioactive enclosures. I don't think that's any different when it comes to bearded dragons. So definitely, as JP has already answered, I enjoy a nice topsoil / play stand mix. I like anything from a 60-40 of topsoil to play stand to even a little more as a 75 25 or 3/4 to a quarter of the mix. I find it to work the best. It compacts very nice. It's good to burrow. I like how it layers with the sand on the topsoil, so it retains moisture underneath, but it can still dry out on top. All in all, it's just a great substrate. And as far as safety goes, I've been keeping my eye on it for quite 4 years now. I think around 4 years now. Zero issues. It's a great substrate. I just bought several isoplasms from Gecko, and they are beautiful animals in good condition. They are doing great. Highly recommend. I got to get some more isopods. I've halted all my isopod purchasing until I can figure out what my issues are. So hopefully, Wally, if you fix my problems, I might be coming to you for some isopods here pretty soon. You'll see a second question answered. All right, moving up, we got Toby. Toby in the chat? I don't know. He might be in the chat. Toby frequents our stream on the Herp Hour, so I really appreciate that. So his question is, I asked this during the Herp Hour, but they didn't really let you respond. I know, John, if you talk about grow tents, John's like, moving on. I'm just kidding. I watched a video of yours that showed that you kept monitors in grow tents. I don't know anything about grow tents, but thought of myself that would be a great idea, lower price, larger enclosure, and I'm wondering if it is possible to add 10 to 20 inches of substrate in them in order to be able to house Ackie monitors. Thank you for your time. By the way, I love the multiple personalities things in your video. Scales 13 coming at me with $10. That's what I'm talking about, Scales. Much love. What's your question, Scales? You need anything? Anyway, yeah, this 14 video of Scales. Big donor. We got a $10 super chat for him. Amazing. Check Scales 13 out. Of course we did. Speaking of the Herp Hour, our last podcast was with Scales 13. Funny enough, it's actually our most popular or our most viewed podcast. I seem to love it. I believe it's up to like 75 views. I don't know, Scales. Have you checked it, Scales? It's like up to like 70, 75 views, where our other ones were about 30, 40 views. So, I mean, he doubled it, and people enjoyed having Scales 13 on, and I enjoy him giving me money as well. So anyway, Scales 13, show him some love. He's got some great stuff. He just did a great video on Ackie monitors and why he decided to keep an Ackie monitor, and I thought it was very well put together and pretty well produced as well. It seemed like a step up from the other videos I've seen from you. So I see you, Scales. You're going. Yeah, 75 views. It was crazy. I looked at it, I was like, I think the second day I was like, 50 views? What the heck is going on? And then, like, if you look at the other one with the Tokays, Homegrown Scales, that's like 7. I'm like, how did that happen? If I can quit killing my plants with my bioactive or get my Tegu to stop laying on them, in that time it would be great. Yeah, when it comes to Tegus and plants, it does not go hand in hand. Where do you get your grow tents? Just Amazon? Yeah, I get all my grow tents from Amazon. Some popular brands I've noticed are I think 3 or 4 Vivistuns, which are the ones right behind me. iPower is another quality brand. I don't like to go any cheaper than $80 to $90 depending on what size you're getting. Once you get a little cheaper, the material starts to get a little cheaper as well. So $80 to $100 is a good price point to be looking for grow tents. And of course, like I said, iPower and Vivistun are some great brands that I have seen from having for multiple years now, seem to stand the short test of time, I would say. But all right, Scales, you threw me off guard with that amazing super chat. Thank you so much, by the way. Let's get on to this question. So Ackie monitors in grow tents. What do I think about it? I think it can be done. Got a notification that Wickens posted a video. We don't care about that. Get out of here, man. YouTube notifications. They don't notify when I go live, but they'll notify me about him. Ackie monitors and grow tents. I think it's a totally fine idea. I see a lot of people keeping stuff like bearded dragons into grow tents that seem to have virtually no issues. I see, although it's a little bit off. The husbandry as far as arid species seems to stay the same, where you have to keep the soil moist underneath, keep the top layer anywhere from an arid, 50 or so percent. I don't know too much about Ackie care, but I know they're more of an arid to not humid species. Would be the one to go. So Ackie monitors, I think they would do great in there. There is a way to set up a large amount of substrate. I know Ackie monitors require a lot, like most monitors, anywhere from 18 to 2 feet to 20 feet. 20 feet, 20 inches or 30 inches. A lot of soil is what I'm getting at. And you are able to do that. You can use stuff such as sealed plywood, some PVC to just stuff as almost a barrier between it to make sure that the enclosure does not get too overflow and stuffed out. It'll cause some premature rippage over time if you keep it over, I don't know. Again, I'm missing words today, guys. I'm not good with words. But as far as that goes, I think it would work great. Getting some PVC boards on something like your Home Depot, your Walmart, things like that, and then cutting them to size that'll fit as almost a box in part. You don't need to make them that big. I believe, like I said, 2 feet should be enough for that, and then just fill the soil up to there, and you should be good. Professor Herb coming with me with $2. $2, Professor Herb. Why is it a different? So, like, is blue the less, like, is the gold more rich so they could spend more money? Is that what's going on? What's up with the different colors? Can you choose that? Is that an option? These are the questions I want to know. Support your man. Yeah, support me, guys. He knows what's up. Think about one for my Fraley. They work great for a Fraley. Comparatively speaking, I have a Chinese water dragon in one. I know pretty much completely different, but similar size lizard. And he's been doing great. I have him right now in a 3x3x5, I believe. 3x3x5 or 3x3x6. I can't remember. But a pretty large enclosure. He might be getting an upgrade once someone else moves and I switch them. But they've worked great for me. They hold humidity great, hold heat great. Haven't had any escapees yet. So it works pretty well. Hey, how's it going? Thunder Up 405. All right. Chat is done. Let's get into another question. This question is a good question, and it seemed that it was composed very well and articulated to the highest caliber, so I'm really excited. Crested gecko shedding. That's the question. I think it works better when I do videos so I can cut it. Anyway, crested gecko shedding. I'm not too sure what you want to know about crested gecko shedding. Crested geckos do shed. All geckos pretty much shed. There are very few. The thing is with crested gecko shedding is it's a rare occasion that you'll be able to actually see the shed due to the fact that for the most part, crested geckos pretty much, or most gecko species pretty much eat their shed as they're shedding out. That's pretty much they rip it out, start eating it. That's how they do it. I know there's few species such as velvet geckos, I believe, that do not eat their shed, but that's pretty much it. Crested geckos do shed. They eat it. Sometimes they don't. I think Almo over there went with my Harlequin partial pin. Actually, I think I have a shed in there that I need to get out. But that's the most part when it comes to crested gecko shedding. Real quick, since we are in pretty much our halfway point, I see now I see that there are 13 people of you, and we're only at 8 likes. Guys, if you guys could really just press that like button for me, it really helps out the channel, really helps out get this live feed, thrown out a little more, and we'll get some more people in and some conversations going. So, if you guys could just press that like button for me, I really appreciate it. Moving on, let's talk about our next question. So, I actually really like this question. I think this was the one of my more favorite ones. That was asked. So, how do you budget? Anyway, how do you budget and how do you make sure that you stay on top of schedule? I have 16 pets and struggle due to illness. What can I do to make my daily routine with pets better? Like you do. Thank you, Supreme Gecko. So as far as how I make, so obviously, I know a lot of people ask me constantly, John's constantly berating me. He's like, you have 72 animals. How do you take care of them? There's no way. That's the thing. Secretly, I have 7 employees that live in this household that just take care of them for me. Guys, I don't really work with my animals or I care about them. I just handle the social media side. And, I'm a kid and I hate spider ball pythons. I don't know. Anyway, as far as I handle taking care of 72 animals, I feel like it became quite difficult when I got to 16 pets because really when you need to switch momentums and how you're doing things, it becomes more about taking care of the room versus like taking care of this animal and this animal. So I kind of you had to get a lot more organized. I did a lot more schedules. I have a clipboard or a whiteboard right behind here, over here in this crevice. So much shade, Scales. I have so much shade. I'll never understand why he is shown in a positive light. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I have a whiteboard right here that shows all the schedules. Oh my God, Maddie with $15. That is incredible. Are you out trying to outshine all these guys? I think that's what you're doing because I'll be honest, Maddie's making Professor Herb look a little weak right now with that $2 donation. That's all I'll say about it. Maddie, do you have a question or anything you would like to know about any of my animals here? Because $15, I'll take out an animal in this room for you for that. I feel like there might be 3 of them. Dakota gets it done because there are 2 of them at least. I've seen in his videos. Oh man, the truth is out. That's really what happened. I cloned myself in order to take care because I just had too many reptiles that was going on, and that's basically how it worked. I had to throw shade on Professor Herp. That's a good way to do it. If anyone also wants to throw shade on Professor Herp, if they can definitely do that. A good way to get back at him is sending me money through Super Chats. It's the best way, I believe. Thank you so much, Maddie. I really appreciate it. But anyway, I'll get a little serious right now about this question. I do want to answer it. So organization is a big key factor into it. As far as, of course, I said I have the whiteboard. I have which supplements I use, how often I use them, and just when the animals are fed, when they're misted, things like that. Also, I organized my rooms in specific ways that would show what I need to do. Like, for instance, this is kind of the tropical, almost New Caledonian room, because there is mostly like New Caledonian geckos or New Caledonian species. Of course, like the croc skinks, crested geckos. I have tokay geckos in here, although the tokay geckos are moving very, very soon. I have a very fun video, very unorthodox, crazy video. It should be coming out probably the end of next week. I have to set the thing up, get everything set, test it out, and then I will release a video about it. It'll be very interesting. But as far as this, pretty much this room just has a lot of human animals that need humidity, and also, of course, excluding the tokays because they're not supposed to be here. There's a whole nother story around that. Animals that should be kept in the lower, pretty much high 70s, nothing more than like 80 degrees. So any way that I do that is I actually have this set. I have a heater. Heater. Oh no, I turned it on. Turn it off. I have a heater that I set for a certain amount of temperature, keeping a quality and consistent air temp. I am in the process. Once I move these guys, I'm going to move that shelf. I'm going to put that door back on. Because, of course, I don't use doors at DVCB Exotics. But I'm going to put that door back on and actually start up with getting a humidifier in here. So this room's pretty much applicable to sustain about 50 to 60% using the humidifier. So I know these animals, there isn't a point in time where they are getting too dry from me, like not misting that day or missing a mist, that these guys are just taken care of pretty much self-automatically, I guess is the word I would use. But as far as that goes, just really stay on top of it. I mean, it's really cool having 72 animals, but it also comes with some hardships. If I'm sick, if I'm not feeling good, need a mental health day, don't really get one. Always have to take care of the animals, at least do the bare minimum of misting and feeding the animals that need to get done that day. Of course, maybe some days some animals don't get the interaction, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're reptiles. I really don't believe they'll enjoy. They're like, oh my God, why isn't my human interacting with me today? They probably feel better, like, oh, thank God he's sick. He's going to leave us alone. But I think that's about it. I went a lot more into detail in one of my videos. I can actually link it because I'm on my computer, not my phone. So let's pull it up real quick. I can't remember what I called it. Shit. Let's look it up real quick. Anyway, is there anything else you guys want to... Let's talk about that. What do you guys think? Do any of you have large setups or large enclosures large collections that you guys have any tips of your own that could help the person that asked the question? So I'm getting outside. I'm trying to do 2 things at the same time. This video is actually old. Jeez. I don't remember when I made this video. I'll be total. Oh, I found it. Holy shit. It's 7 months old. No, 700 views, not bad. All right. Let me get that link. Let me not play the video. Let me get back over here. Pop this bad boy back up. So you can find that link. The chat just disappeared. Right there. Boom. Totally swift, totally elegant. That was not unprepared. Just let me know when you have another female Cresty available. I need another one in my life. Well, there might be some stuff coming available here in the next couple of months. I don't know. I'm trying to... I have some big stuff happening. I don't know how it's going to pan out yet. There's some stuff that I have in the works, but I don't have anything laid out in concrete. So some stuff might be moving. Some new stuff might be coming in. A lot in the air, but I would just keep subscribed, keep following me on Facebook, Instagram. There might be some stuff that might become available at some point. What's your favorite multivitamin for your geckos if you use one? Of course, Scales. I am a good reptile keeper, so I use. Damn it. See, my wife uses it for the tortoise, so she doesn't leave it in here. RepCal. I use the multivitamin. It's not this. This is the calcium with D3, obviously, but I use this brand, RepCal. I don't know. I feel like I see RepCal everywhere. I see a lot of other people using it, so I think that's the main reason why I use it. There's no like specific reason where I'm like, I think RepCal is the best for these reasons. It's more of like, it's there, and I've just been using it for years and I haven't had any issues with it. I have several things on auto ship from Amazon, like replacement bolts every 6 months. Liz, I gotta get my biggest issue right now, and it keeps kicking me in the face. So usually I go to reptile expos and I will just get a bunch of insects. So anywhere from like a lot, thousands and thousands of crickets, dubia roaches, bugs, and that keeps me stocked for a couple months until next time. However, stuff's been going on. Can't say the word. YouTube doesn't like it. I'll get demonetized. I need money. What's happening is there's no more reptile shows, so I have to get all my stuff online, and so does every other reptile keeper. So reptile shops such as Rainbow Mealworms, feeder shops, they're pretty packed up, which leads, whenever I make this purchase, to have a 3-week shipping period, which sucks for me. And what's happening is I keep forgetting to reorder, and now, like today, I'm out of crickets, and my stuff's not being shipped until the 11th to get here around the 15th. So now I need to make my way to the pet store, spend $30 to $40 on another box of crickets to then get these guys, over the hump of this next week, and then I get them. So I gotta get better at that. I think what I'm actually gonna do now is, as soon as the crickets come, I'm just gonna place another order, and by the time it gets here, I should have enough, space in the cricket bin, enough fed off to where I can keep that cycle going. Oh, you're kidding me. 2-day shipping? See, I feel like I've been doing the wrong thing. I did just get superworms from a critter department. I don't know. I think it was something like that, and they came really quick. I already have my superworms, and I'm still waiting for my crickets like another week and a half for them. Kill dibs on the lavender male if he's available. I have 16, and I just keep an alarm on my phone for when I need to mist and feed, and power strips that can be on schedule and automatically turn off. It helped a lot. See, I've yet to do the everyone that like. I think John and Scales, like, I think they have like 7 or 8, and they have all those things on timers. I have like 67 reptiles, I believe. I have a lot of different reptiles, a lot of enclosures, and obviously a lot of different lights. I don't keep mine. I keep mine on 6-ways, and I think I just torture myself by continuing not getting them. It would cost me like a little bit of money. I don't know, like $40, $50 maybe to get enough timers for all the 6-ways. But yeah, every single night. I mean, this takes me like an hour and a half just to like mist and shut off lights. Not to mention if like the geckos are in the feeding thing. Of course, my wife makes all the food, and she definitely helps me out a lot with that. But like if the tokays need feeding, or it's the day and the crocsings need feeding, I feel like it could be a little easier. It could save me a couple minutes off my time. I gotta pull the chat a little this way so I can pull it back up. I don't want to miss anyone. That's my biggest thing, and it might be might be able to catch up, but I do want to get to everyone. So for organizing, I know I have some animals that are fed every other day, sometimes 2 times a week. I alternate, keep track using the calendar. Yes, and that's a big point I made, Supreme, in my video, is the fact that you have to slant scheduling, because it would be impossible. It wouldn't be impossible. I would just have to schedule on a day where I'm off, and that's pretty much what I do all day, to feed all 72 animals. So everyone gets on a different schedule, and I keep it slated. So like snakes are on one day. Tokays are on one day of the week. Crocsings are on another day of the week. So it's just like, it's not like I have to feed, all these animals at once. I just have to feed 13 at a time, 8 at a time, 7 or 8 at a time. It breaks it up a little better, and it makes it a lot less like a big chore, I guess. Cool, I like that one too. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I think that's the problem when you get too behind in the chat. I get people saying like Scales, like, cool, I like that one too. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Bioactive cleanup saver. Bioactive has been a huge help for me when saving stuff. I don't have to really clean most enclosures. There is some enclosures that I don't have bioactive yet, but like all my croc skinks, of course, tree frogs in the planted viv, tomato frog, that tank, quince monitor, mountain horn dragons. I tried with the chameleon, but it's tough with the substrate, so the chameleon is not. All the crested gecko bins are bioactive except for that one, which is still on paper towels. Bioactive is amazing. You don't have to clean up poop. Makes my life a lot easier. Check out the bug coat. I like rainbow mealworms, but I don't know. I think I'm going to explore other options. I do like their point program. I don't know what the point program does. Like, do I get discounts or free bugs? Because I think I've been racking up a little bit of points. How's it going, ZA Exotics? How do you pay your crocodile skinks? I'm going to get one in 2 months, and I'll eventually want to get a partner for it too, so I'm wondering how you introduce them. I like to introduce my pairs either the male into the female's enclosure or putting them in a separate enclosure. Big thing I like doing is rearranging the entire setup before I introduce. I always like to introduce the male to the female so that if, vice versa, I would much rather have the female get defensive than the male defensive towards the female. That's just how I do things. I also like to switch everything up so each hide gets moved and moved around. The male gets his hides put into that setup. And really, I try to make it into like a foreign setup, so it's a neutral territory for both croc skinks, and that seems to go very well. I haven't had anyone fighting yet, and I've had a couple of successful eggs now. So that's pretty much it. And then I pretty much leave it in there, monitor them, of course. I add an extra food bowl to make sure. That's the biggest thing I don't think enough people do is you need to make sure that both skinks are eating. I put a Powerade in here because I got thirsty and I don't know where I put it. I am very disappointed with myself. God damn it. God damn it. Anyway, females sometimes will outcompete the male for food. I've had it happen to mine in the past where my female gets chubby and my male gets skinny. So always make sure that you're watching to make sure that there is enough food in both bowls, that they both get food, and the fact that make sure the female isn't trying to outcompete the male when it comes to that. I wish I wasn't on the time clock at the moment. Would love to catch a live stream from this guy. You can always catch him out on Saturdays at 5 p.m. at twitch.com, people. Twitch, where we have the Herp Hour. Herp Hour is a podcast I do with myself and Professor Herp. We stream every Saturday at 5 p.m. The guy probably already left, but I'm still gonna pitch it. Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's good stuff. OMG, Dakota. Light timers. Oh, fuck. I said that happened. Yeah, I don't have any light timers on mine. If you could only keep one pet, everyone asks this, and this is like the most common question. If you could only keep one pet, which pet would you keep and why? And yeah, everyone is freaking out at my story because we're out of crickets. Cray. Well, I feel bad because my pet store only gets like 4 boxes of crickets, and I'm like, I need one of those boxes. So I mean, I cut like the store's inventory by a quarter with just my purchase alone. So I always feel bad because I feel like now someone else isn't going to get the food that they get, and it's because of my mistake of not keeping on track of how much feeders I have. But at the same time, this is America, and I deserve those crickets if I got the money for them. If I could only keep one pet, which one would I keep and why? Well, for a while, it was my Tegu. I really liked my Tegu. Recently, he's been a real fucking pain in my ass. I got a bite. I got a new bite here. I mean, this is wearing gloves. He's still breaking blood vessels, and then you can kind of see. You can't see whatsoever because I'm using a webcam. He all of a sudden on my arm decided to latch down on my hand, latch down onto my arm, so I got a nice little pattern. So yeah, Tegu, not really in my top 3 at the moment. He's been kind of a dick. So I'm going to say Quince Monitor because I enjoyed the Quince Monitor. Or the Chameleon. Oh, the Chameleon's cool too. But the Quince Monitor is going to get big. I think I'm going to stick with my answer at the Quince Monitor. If it was a snake, I'd say Carpet Python because I really enjoy the Carpet Python. And I don't know, I think Carpet Pythons they're a lot more aware of their surroundings, and they seem a lot more intelligent, I guess the word would be. Aware is a good word. I feel like, they're a lot more like keyed on into you and they watch you versus stuff like colubrids. Ball pythons don't really seem to give a shit. That's my 2 cents on the topic. God. I just tried to order dubias, and it took 3 weeks to get here, 2 weeks for worms. I just started a dubia colony now. Yeah, it's a real pain in the ass, man. I gotta say, I've got 2 dubia roach colonies going. I only use them as reserves because at this point they were good enough to where it could feed on my creatures. But that was about a year ago. At this point, I mean, like, if I had to like just depend on my dubia colony, they'd be wiped out in like 2 weeks, 10 days. They're it's just too many reptiles to keep up. But I'm trying to expand the dubia colonies and get them like bigger and producing more. But again, it just takes time. Amazon's where I get my worms and live insects. So far, no problem. Amazon's just like a third-party system, though. Like you would have to, you'd have to get them on something else. Like there's a third-party buyer, like Josh's Frog, someone like that. Just they choose to advertise off of Amazon. Amazon doesn't like to specifically have this. All right, maybe I should speak through this. The chat's getting a little big now. Amazon's very good. You need to join the automatic timer club. I waited years to get one, especially if I have to work. I might look into it. I'll be honest. Hope you post this as a reply. I'll catch it later. I did. I said it. Herp hour, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays. Lovecraft, dude, take the money we have you and invest into timers. That will save you so much more time. All right. I'll get the timers. It seems to be big. I'll get the timers, no problem. $5 in the super chats, and I'll get the timers. Misters are more expensive than timers. I just want one for my blue tongue. I have 4 of the Zoomid power strips. I love them. And some outlets are on day timers and some are night timers, and some outlets are continuous. Love them. My chameleon's too fat for a tree. She just breaks the limbs off. So, man, I hate it. Always like messes up. So I have a crocodile skink. I keep seeing videos on YouTube on how them being more active throughout the day. Some are even being hand fed. Is there a way to tame them? I wouldn't know. I don't really mess with mine. They're kind of there to do a job, and that job is to get me babies. So I leave them be. I try to keep the stress levels as low as possible. So don't intrude too much. Really, the only times that I'm in there is if I'm misting, make sure the soil's damp, make sure the humidity's right, and feeding. Those are pretty much the only times. Sometimes I'll make a video about them, and I'll have to open the cage and look at them. But I just I let them be. So I'm not the guy to talk to when it comes to like taming crocodile skinks. I just realized that my question had nothing to do with breeding anything. It doesn't necessarily have to. Don't you love Tegu puberty? I thought Tegu puberty were over. In fact, I made a video. I might make another video because I don't know. That video did really well. I'll do a sequel. Sequels never do as well, though, unfortunately. I think it's up to like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7,000 views, which is big for me. That's not big for some of the YouTubers, but me being a small channel, I was pretty excited. I only have a handful of videos that break out of 1,000. But at that point, that was like months ago, and I thought it was over, and I thought if once he goes through a brumation, he'd be fine. Nope. Still an ass. Love it. It's great stuff. Oh, dude, that bite mess up your tattoo. I'd be pissed if one of my reptiles bit me on mine. It's not going to mess it up. I've only had one animal. That was my blue and gold macaw. Actually break like deep enough into the skin that it didn't come back. So I have this, I don't remember where it is. Oh, here it is. You won't, it's again, webcam. There's just like this circle of scar tissue that you'll never get because my macaw decided to bite down deep into my arm. It was good stuff. What's the best daylight basking bulbs for anoles? I like Par 38 floodlights. I think they work the best, and they're a lot cheaper than your Reptile brand stuff. As far as where to get them, or what wattage to use, I would check out there's a lot of variables. I can't really recommend a wattage without knowing a bunch of other stuff. But Par 38 floodlights, you can get them at Home Depot or most home improvement stores. Exactly why I love the Zoomid strip timers. You can plug like 10 things into the large one. 10 things, that's a lot. I might have to look into the Zoomid stuff. On average, how much or how many times should my 4-month baby crested gecko eat a week? That's a tough question because it's usually, god damn, I'm sorry, my throat's hurting. Powerade. I had it. Oh, you know what? Look, there's 18 people here. I swear to God, I'll be right back. Don't leave. I think it's like just in the other room. Don't leave. damn it. Oh, here it is. Yes. You watching that live stream? Are you not tuning in?
I was watching you turn my phone down.
I lost my power. Right? Oh. Fuck. Why is this hard? Why was this easy? Okay. That's fine. I think this is too bright. 18 of you stayed. I'm very proud of each and every one of you guys. Did you do more chats? I'm sorry, my throat hurts so bad, like I'm about to end this. This will keep me going for a little longer, but it always messes up my throat. It's better to I like the podcast because John talks sometimes, and so it makes it a little easier. I also just realized that I was supposed to wear my DBCB Exotics merch, but I forgot about that. DBCB Exotics, we have merch. You guys should check it out. On average, how much memory time? Oh yeah, crested gecko. I forgot about this question. As far as the crested geckos go, that's a tough question to ask. I don't know. Are you talking about like crickets or just like the crested gecko diet? I'll just tell you what my method is, and it makes it a lot easier. You know, when you have, I think I have 15 geckos. What we do here is just they get their food for 2 days. So fresh food in, wait a day, and then obviously the next day. So 2 days of the food in, we remove it on the third day. And then on the fourth day, we put the food back in and rinse and repeat. So basically they just don't have food for 1 day, and any other time food is always offered to them. It works well. Some of my breeders and some of my grow outs, I like to give crickets to kind of beef them up a little more, make sure that they retain weight. I usually do that 1-2 times a week. Scales 13, repping me. I like you, Scales 13. You and me, we're going to be good buddies. I'm going to, if I ever figure out OBS, which it's a big if, because my OBS system, my software hates me. There's a bunch of things I can't do, and I don't know why. I'm trying to have John figure out. I'm going to get you on a DVC podcast. We might stream it up over here, see how that works. I think it'd be fun. Really enjoyed it. We can have like a thing. If I can figure it out. John's the tech guy. I'm not. My tech hates me every time, but I'm going to try. Scales. 1668. I was going to say, hey, that 17th person, you should like the video, but he decided to wuss out and leave the chat. Maybe Tegu's lonely for a mate. Why biting, you think? I have Tegus, but I haven't handled yet a 2-year-old. Tegus can bite for a lot of reasons. My thing's that I'm food. Mine always thinks I'm food. That's kind of just the thing. He rushes in. It's just something. I need some bigger gloves. I really need to get better at working with him and figuring that issue out. There's 16 people, but there's 17 likes. That's incredible. I like to see that. I'd like to see logic just not being worked. 16 people, 17 likes. How does that even work? I don't know. I just need thicker gloves. Right now, my gloves are pretty light. I mostly use them to move tokes, and I like having lighter stuff. It makes me more like flexible with my hands, where I'm not like, thicker gloves are stiff. But yeah, he can now bite. He's large enough where he can bite through those gloves now, and he always thrashes. It kind of sucks and it kind of hurts. So I need some thicker gloves, and I need to really work with him on trying to break that, because I do not want a 4-foot Tegu that thinks I'm food. That doesn't sound fun. Okay, non-reptile. What's your guilty pleasure TV show to watch? Oh, Supreme Gecko, you're hitting me with this. Listen, guys, you can't judge me. We're in quarantine. What else am I supposed to do? I am honestly running out of TV shows. So my trash TV right now, what's it called? Hey, what's that baby show called?
Unexpected.
It's called Unexpected. It's like 15-year-olds having babies. It is the best show ever because they act like adults, and I'm like, you're a child, shut up. And they have babies, and it's like, oh my God. She's like, I don't know how to take care of a baby. And I'm like, no shit. That's the gist of it. Yeah, Unexpected. It's great. It's like I think it's like the one before 16 and Pregnant, before they realized that they could really capital off of stupid people having babies, or stupid children, having babies. It's great. How many subs do you need before you can do a live stream? Scales, you can do a live stream now. You just can't do mobile live streaming. So you do have to get 1,000 subscribers before you can do mobile live streams. I don't know if you can do, I don't know if it's monetized or just get to 1,000, because there's certain stuff you can do, like you can post stuff after 1,000 subscribers, but monetization comes with the view restrictions or the view time restriction as well. So I'm not too sure how that plays out. What I do know is, but you can stream like whenever you want. I don't really know the exact point because I didn't mobile live stream for a while because I have this set up, which everyone says, my phone looks better, but I think this looks better. So, and I have a $200 mic that I use, so I'm going to keep using this. And any subscriber amount you can live stream, you just need to get it set up. Professor Herp, make it happen. I think Professor Herp left the chat. I see John stick around on Adam's live streams, but when it's a Dakota live stream, just messing around. Trying to like, but I can't figure out how. Sorry, that's no worry, Joseph. We don't want anyone feeling pressured to like the video. That's not what we're here about. I'm a vet. Oh shit. I just realized my shit's not plugged in. Oh no. That was close, man. That thing. Once my screen gets dark, it's like, hey, I'm literally about to shut down in 2 seconds. I thought that was gonna happen. I'm a vet tech working on an exotic pet. We had a tegu found chasing Chihuahua. He literally ripped the flesh off of everyone at this clinic. My tegu bites me because he thinks it's fun. Yeah, man, tegus are no joke. I think that's a lot of misconception as things become more popular. I think those are the two big things right now. They're like the new market, whereas ball pythons seem to be running a little bit out of fashion. Whereas the next like hot ticket items are retic morphs and tegus, and that's a dangerous game. I feel like ball pythons only get around 4, maybe 6 feet at the most. They're not going to impact a lot of damage. Retics can, if you're getting anything like a mainland, you can expect a 15+ foot snake. And tegus are a 4-foot lizard that can do some serious damage. They can break bones. They can tear flesh off of you. I mean, I don't know. That stuff's not a joke. And I feel like as they get more popular, more people that really don't know what they're doing are going to get into it. And that's going to be the beginning of the end. We have there are thousands and thousands and thousands of retics being sold, annually. And where are all those retics going? You think every one of those people are going to have a great home for a 15-foot retic, or do you think a lot of them are way over their heads? We'll find out in a few years when the shelters start getting crammed full of retics. Unexpected, funny. If you have not seen Better Call Saul, binge it. I did binge it. Really enjoyed Better Call Saul. I wish there was more. When it was over, I was kind of disappointed. I think it's the same reason, the same thing as Breaking Bad. As soon as Breaking Bad was over, I feel like there's a void, that had to be filled. But yeah, Better Call Saul was great. Everyone should watch. Hi there from Brazil. Oh shit, Brazil. That's great. See, we're worldwide now. That's awesome. Congrats on the videos and you for standing for your opinions on such as loose substrate for bearded dragons. Oh, no problem, man. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, I totally forgot. Someone asked. I received a lot of hate for that pet tubing video. A lot of hate. To be honest, I think it's really silly. I think 90% of the people that did hate on it just saw that title and decided to leave a comment without actually watching the video, because if you actually watch the video, you would see that when I say I don't like pet tubers, I was talking about creators that make content based on the 3 big points that I made. No one seemed to listen to it. Everyone basically just made the same comment. I'm a pet tuber making fun of pet tubers, so that's cool. That's not what I was talking about at all. Keep going with that. That's so far my most disliked video at a 74% like to dislike ratio. Very cool. I think it's died down at this point, but I still get comments here and there where people, tell me off and tell me what a horrible person I am for making fun of Go Herping. Go Herping, I fucking can't. I don't know, guys. Anyway, that kind of brings me to my next point. I have this new video idea where I'm going to be taking my chameleons and my crested geckos, and we're just going to be dropping them 20 feet in the air for science. So it's for educational research. And yeah, hopefully that's going to be a great video. I'm going to get no dislikes on it, and people are going to say I'm still an awesome person. Fucking hate Go Herping. If you see this, I don't like you. Oh man, I want to like it as on. See, yeah, personally, your video Tegu taming / changes. Yeah, I'll definitely make more videos about the Tegu as I try to figure out what's going on. You should watch Ozarks, man. I'm like up to date on everything on Netflix. I watch too much Netflix. Ozarks is cool. I haven't seen the new season yet. It's one of those deep things, you know, those deep TV shows that I have to get in, like, okay, I have to sit down and like watch this. But I know like as soon as I play that first episode, I'll be hooked. Colony on Netflix is pretty good right now. That's a new one that I'm watching to pass the time. It's about like aliens coming and abducting, and like it's like post-alien invasion. It's pretty cool. I think some of you will enjoy it if you like stuff. I don't know. Do you plan on keeping other species of skinks other than crocs? Nope. Oh, monkey tails maybe. Maybe monkey tail skinks. I enjoy monkey tail skinks, but probably not. I have a lot of other plans that don't. Skinks just don't make the cut, unfortunately. If they ever find a way to sex skinks a lot easier than the ways they have now, that's the day I'll get blue tongue skinks. But until then, I think I'm just gonna stick it with croc skinks. You were just saying what a lot of other people were thinking. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can even look at like people. I've talked to people that actually enjoy Go Herping and like, you know, like him, and they're advocates of him. And I show them that video and I was like, okay, can you like defend this? And they're like, I can't. And I'm just like, but that video got like no dislikes. Like it's like, you know, 16,000 likes, 200 dislikes. It's incredible. I don't know the ratio. I just made up numbers before someone like calls me out on that. I don't understand. Like the dude literally just tips reptiles over a table, and like it's education, it's science. Like fuck that kid, man. That's some stupid shit, man. That is some stupid shit to show to hundreds of thousands of people. I don't understand it. I don't understand why anyone would like the kid. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. Thought it was hilarious in the group where people went crazy defending Grow Herping, and I was just about to comment, and the admin closed the comments. It's because a lot of people were reporting the video. I think it was like for bullying or something, or I was like harassing. That was good. Yeah, I did not. That was the only video, because usually I like to respond to everyone's comment. Like, you know, if you guys took the time to comment, I'd like to take the time to reply to it. That's the one video where I don't think I replied to anyone's comment, because I was like, there's no getting to, again, it's just the fanboys like blindly defending. I mean, I had people defending sorry, I had people defending Taylor Nicole Dean, saying like she was depressed and that's why all our animals died. And I'm like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard of in my life. Like, you know, I'll just have a bunch of animals die, but you know, like, it's okay because I was feeling. I'm not gonna mock mental illness. You know, my brain's not screwed completely. I got some shit going on in there as everyone else. That's no excuse for animals to die. That is not a good excuse. That's not a scapegoat. You should feel ashamed of yourself using stuff like addiction and mental illnesses as a scapegoat for you killing animals. It's fucked up. Taylor Nicole Dean is like the definition of trash on this channel. And for people to defend her, people are saying like I'm jealous of it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know. I mean, again, there's no like reasoning with those people. There's no point in having like a debate or a conversation, because I mean that's just stupidity at its finest. There's no other way of saying it. Just keep going, mate. You're doing a good job. Oh man, you know I ain't gonna let that video bring me down. That's if I care what. But if I had just one video where people that I'll never know and probably never meet in my life tell me of how trash and horrible I am, people that are so insignificant to me, if I let that affect me of who I am in person, I should not be a public figure and be posting stuff online, because I don't know, you got to have some thick skin for this. Would you work with mossy tail leaf-tailed geckos? I said that wrong. Mossy leaf-tailed geckos. I was actually going to get one way back. I was going to trade a baby croc sting for one. Dude ended up ghosting me. Like months later, came back to me and said he had a female gargoyle that I was really interested in, and again was going to trade the croc sting. Ghosted me the day we were supposed to ship. So I was going to get mossies, and then the dude just never got back to me, which sucks. But you know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame. Wait, you know what I'm saying. What the hell is the pod mod? Oh, it's a 0. So I quit. I don't think anyone gives a shit. I quit smoking. I think I'm like, I haven't had a cigarette in like, I don't know, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't keep track of it. I'm not one of those people that are like, I've gone 3 months without a cigarette. I kind of just, me and my wife decided smoking. What happened was we watched a Netflix documentary, And then we were like, okay, we got to quit smoking cigarettes because of one documentary on Netflix. And we got these, we had other ones, and then we got these. So this is how I get my nicotine fix now, and I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Monkey tails look amazing. I have 2 pink tongue skinks. I had a pink tongue skink in the past I really like. It was back then when I didn't know much about reptiles. It was like years back. I didn't know when they were babies their tongues were blue, and I was one of those dipshits that was like, it's a blue tongue skink because it has a blue tongue. Probably pissed off a bunch of people making stupid comments. Greetings from Scotland, man. This is cool. We got people in Brazil, people in Scotland. This is why I like doing live streams, because like people from across the globe are watching this. I think that's really cool. Did her animals really die? Yes, and she made such bullshit excuses. She said that she had like her croc skinks on a thermostat with a heat mat, and the thermostat didn't work correctly, and so the heat mat like powered up to like full capacity and like overheated her croc skinks. And in the first place, I'm like, why the fuck do you have a heat mat on croc skinks? It makes zero sense. Her theories make zero sense. She's lost so many animals. Someone made, I mean, it's gotten so bad. Someone has a what is it called? A Microsoft like graph, the spreadsheets. They have spreadsheets of like which animals died, which are missing, which she's gotten rid of. I mean, it's just this giant list. It's incredible. She's awful. And again, like her newest thing, using her addiction for like monetary gain, it's fucked up. I mean, if you weren't monetizing on it, it's okay. You spread awareness. But if you're making money off of you being an addict, that's fucked up, man. I think that's really fucked up. Again, I've gone through similar stuff. I did not make money off of it. I did not try to make money off of it because I don't know. I feel like I'm better than that. I truly didn't know that, and I feel like an idiot. Oh yeah, go to like, I don't know. Chandler Coldine has a bunch of like controversial stuff about. There's some stuff with like, actually, I don't know. I don't know that stuff. I don't want to like spew misinformation. So there's some shit about her. I thought the pet tuber video was pretty tame compared to what you could have said, and a lot of people think. And that's what I'm saying. You know what? That's what I got back from John and Adam about that, about saying like you really didn't say anything bad. You know, like I used what I think what really got these people is I used the word bad pet tuber and the picture of their idols in the thumbnail. Like I had a lot of people dragging at me for a Brian Barczyk, the fact that I used him in the thumbnail, but I'm like, I talked about him, so I included him. And they're like, yeah, but you only talked to him about 20 seconds. And I'm like, that doesn't matter because I talked to him, so I included him in the thumbnail. I don't know. There was a lot of things where like people expected me to like defend myself and like explain my actions for what I did. And I'm like, it's in the video. Watch the video. If you guys just still don't understand, I don't know what to tell you. I can't like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I got picked apart for every single thing wrong in that video. I was too general with the pet tubers. I went too in depth with some pet tubers. I was talking about other pet tubers that shouldn't be compared to these pet tubers. It was like there was no winning, so I decided to just leave it at B and just let the video speak for itself. What's the thing about the story is that she has so many followers that blindly follow it. Exactly. So dart frogs will be a thing. Don't know when. So obviously, as I videos ago, before I was at 1,000 subscribers, which by the way, we're getting up there, guys. We're growing. It's pretty cool. As right before 1,000 subscribers, I had like the 1,000 subscribers special thing where I talked about some of the videos I was going to be making once I hit past 1,000 subscribers and finally monetize the channel, which has been awesome. By the way, it's been a while now since I monetized this channel. I have not received a paycheck from YouTube yet because I don't make. So if anyone's wondering like how much money you make on YouTube as a small creator, you make no money on YouTube. YouTube has a $100 threshold that you have to hit by X date, and then they'll ship you that check a week later. It's been 2 months, and I finally hit that thing. I hit that the $100 value last month on like the 15th. I hit $104 on my channel. However, once you hit that threshold, they send you a PIN that you have to confirm your address to send the check. And then I didn't get that in because it didn't get mailed to me in time. So now I have to wait until this 15th to hit the threshold to go for this. So I have a lot of money, not a lot of money. I think I'm up to like $150 through the whole time I've been doing YouTube. In the YouTube account, it just needs to be pulled through and sent to me. That's really the big thing. But anyway, dart frogs. I have that huge enclosure, the 3-tier, pull out metal enclosure you see at pet stores. That's going to be a Dart Frog. It's going to be like the Dart Frog Haven. It's going to be a whole video series I'm thinking about doing. I haven't started on it, and I have to finish it to get the Dart Frog. So that enclosure gets done, and then I get some Dart Frogs. Joseph, I can pull it up. You guys just keep talking amongst yourselves while I do this, because it only takes me not that long. Dude, YouTube's way off with their views. Like, I don't know, the view count is fucked up, because like this says my Tokyo Gecko Morse video only has 264 views, but if you go to my analytics, it says it has 400. So which one is it, YouTube? Here we go. Yeah, 1.5K in like a week or something. And it's been a little longer than a week now. It was impressive. It's been my only video that I've been able to get 1,000 views in one day. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? There you go. That's the video right. Did I delete it or did it go through? Oh no, it went through. All right, so I just posted it, I think. I haven't gone down the chat. I use an RDA mod for that reason. I just haven't seen that mod. I don't know if they're new or not. I don't know much about. Yeah, I just figured, I might as well do nicotine vapor versus just all the shit that's in cigarettes. It's just, plus the real point, they're expensive, man. I was smoking American Spirits. You know how much American Spirits cost now? They're going up to $10 almost, at least where I live anyway. And that's like $10 every other day I was spending. It added up fast, and I didn't want it. Okay, so the issue with the Brian thing is I didn't want to go hard on Brian. I don't know. Brian, my opinion on Brian Barczyk, if you ask me, it depends on like which year. I grew this love of reptiles with Brian Barczyk, and then I became more knowledgeable, and then reptile keeping is so funny, and you see this constant trend, and you'll see it every time with every keeper. You start in, you don't know anything. You work your way for a year, maybe 2 years, and you think you know fucking everything. And those are all the Facebook experts that own 3 reptiles, and they think they know everything about that specific animal. And I was the same way when I was like year 1 and year 2. I knew everything, and I knew Brian Barczyk was trash, and he keeps his animals in trash enclosures, and racks are bad. And I had that mentality of like, if you can't put them all in good enclosures, then you shouldn't have them all. And I don't know, as you progress with more and more years into the hobby, I've realized a lot more big picture things and how it's just such a small picture and small-minded perspective on how to view things. There's a lot more things, stuff that goes into it, that moving parts, I guess, is what I'm saying. So at this point in time, I don't really have an opinion on Brian. I don't love him. I don't hate him. I watch his YouTube videos. Good production value. It's probably one of my favorites to watch just because the production value alone is very well done. It's a fun to watch experience. That all goes to his editor, Jay. Huge shout out to him. He makes those videos incredible to watch. The pig thing is weird. I don't enjoy, I don't know. It seems like every video he's like feeding a pig, and he's like huge pig to anaconda. Every video is like he's feeding the anaconda something big. That I think I said it on the video where I was like, that was dumb. You only went after his thumbnails. Then you also defended Brian when it came to Go Herping. Let's just Go Herping's fucking spider video was so dumb. It was so unbelievably. I watched a lot of spider ball videos. That one was the worst. It was so dumb. Spider balls are bad. Look at my spider ball, my one fucking spider ball that I've only had for this amount of time, and like it does the corkscrews. Look, it's bad. Ban the gene. Yeah, let's get the government involved because of a spider gene. I swear to God. I might get upset. I swear. I think her success is only because she's good looking. I never like to hate on anyone. I think there's no such thing as a perfect reptile keeper. I think in this case, Taylor Nicole Dean is okay to hate. But that's just my opinion. Yes, I agree on Brian. You mentioned him for his thumbnail, and I laughed out loud. I thought you could have gone much harder on a lot of those people. I don't know, man. The video wasn't about, because a lot of people also said the same thing, that like I'm a drama channel and I'm just seeking views. That's like, that's not what the video was about. The video was about there's certain reasons why I don't enjoy pet tubers, because a lot of people ask me, would you like this guy? Do you like this guy? I don't really like many pet tubers. For the fact, of course, John's going to get in and he's going to hear me ranting about this video again. the video wasn't to rag on people. The video wasn't to pick apart Go Herping, pick apart Brian, pick apart Taylor. That wasn't the point. The point of this video is to give reasoning on why I think pet tubers are bad for the hobby and why they create a negative influence on a lot of people, because they have a lot of young people. They have a large audience, a lot of people being of younger members, even from the ages of 13 to 16, that are highly influenceable, I guess you would say. And when she's doing stuff like killing animals, it almost normalizes, and that's not something you want in the hobby. You don't. I don't know. This is a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna go too much into it. It's just, it wasn't what the video was about. I wasn't trying to go hard on people because I didn't make the video for views. I made the video because I had a bunch of people that always asked me about pet tubers. I always answered in the live stream, so I figured it'd be a fun little video, and it got way out of hand, and a lot more people saw it than I thought were gonna see it, and it got a stupid amount of hate for stupid reasons. Also, props for defending Brian to Go Herping. What I like is that no one wants to go up against Kevin on the subject of spider ball pythons. I mean, of course they don't, because he fucking invented the gene. Like, the dude's been doing it for 35 years. Brian's been doing it for 30 years. That means something. It's so strange. It's like, this is the only hobby I've seen where, so if you take tattoo artists, for instance, if you have someone that has been doing tattoos for like 40, 50 years, they're a fucking legend. It doesn't matter, because their art probably looks like shit comparatively speaking to what we learn and evolve to today. And it's for some reason when you include the reptile hobby, like, these people are seen as like bad people. And like, there's people that have been in the hobby for like 8 months. They've owned reptiles for 8 months, and they're like calling this dude that's been doing it for 30 plus years trash. And it's hilarious. It's laughable. The internet and social media is giving us such a, almost like we're deserving of it. Like, we deserve, we're, what's the word? Privilege. We're such a privileged culture with social media where we feel entitled to these responses. We're entitled to our opinion. We have our opinion. I don't like spider ball python. You need to hear me out. How the fuck should I hear you out? Why? What credentials do you have? How long have you been in the hobby? Why? What makes your opinion valid? Because so far, a lot of the opinions I've seen don't really work. They're really trash. And there's a lot I could go into it. I could defend. I could go back and forth. I'm more towards, I don't know, I'm not on either side of the spider ball gene. I'm on the side of the spider ball gene is that if you want to breed it, go ahead and breed it. If you don't want to breed it and you don't want to buy it, don't buy it, don't breed it. There you go. That's open market for you. If enough people don't like it, they'll root itself out and it won't be a gene anymore, just like a couple of the other genes. That's just how shit works. But apparently people just love to get the government involved because they think that's the right thing. Generally, I do like his videos. I think some of the thumbnails do paint a bad impression of reptiles. Again, yes, I'm not messaging me. I don't know. Like I said, I don't love the guy. I don't hate the guy. I think the guy does a lot of things cool. I think he does bring a lot of stuff into the hobby. I think some of the stuff he does is really stupid. I think the 20-foot snake attacking, 20-foot snake does this, 20-foot snake does that. I want to get a ruler up to that snake. I don't think that snake's 20 feet for starter. I want a tape measure. Brian Barczyk, if you're one of the 17 people watching this, I want a tape measure on Lucy. I want a daily vlog with that into it. Yeah, some of the stuff's probably not for the best. It's a lot of clickbaity shit. That's just what it is, A lot of people do clickbait kind of rules YouTube, and you kind of got to do it. And it's just kind of, how far you want to go with it. How many views do you want versus how much do you want your reputation to fall from it? It's a balance that you have to do. Low key almost put out a video titled Reptile Expo with Taylor Nicole Dean on April 1st and was going to rickroll people. That would have been hilarious. I would have clicked on it. Yo, same. They're my guilty pleasure. I usually wake up and I'll watch them, and then I'll get ready to do all the shit I have to do when I wake up. And then today I woke up at 8:30 and I was like, God damn it, where's the Brian video? And I was like, oh shit, I'm up too early for it. You should have the comments would have been gold. Pet tuber talking about, yeah, that was it. It's just pet tuber talking about pet tubers. And I can't, you can't argue with that kind of comment. It's just what are you going to do with that? I really don't like that they use IHS bannings. Use the IHS banning spiders at Expo as an excuse to make the video. I also watched a few points they made about the UK spider bans were false. Yes, they were. There was a lot of misinformation. And it's one of those things. Yeah, it was, exactly. Everyone took the UK banning spider ball pythons as the government made a regulation that spider ball pythons were banned from the country, I guess is what they were thinking. No, it was one expo that decided they didn't want spider ball pythons at that expo. That's all it was. People took it and blew it way out of proportion, where, yeah, it was like the UK no longer stands for spider balls, and America should do the same. It was ridiculous. I think at the end of the day, it's just stupid people on either side. I don't want to say stupid. That's a little harsh. I think there's uneducated people on either side. I understand people have strong opinions about things, and I think that if you do have a strong opinion on the matter, you should educate yourself on the matter and get all your facts straight before you go up to it, because all you're really doing is just hurting that side of the argument. Because if I have enough people telling me these stupid things like you're pointing out, Michael, and enough people just saying stupid things like, the spider ball python gene is bad because wobble, and you don't have anything other to add to it, it devalues the anti-spider ball gene stance in of itself. So if you feel strongly about something, whether it be reptiles or anything else, educate yourself, know stuff, compose yourself better, Don't just yell caps lock stupid shit, because I don't take it seriously. DBH, I totally completely disagree with more times equals more experience. It is how you use that time. John's just saying that because he's only been in the hobby for a few years. I also learned a lot from people completely new to the topic I was studying. That was me this morning too. Vaping is bad for you. Not as bad as smoking though. So is 80 million other things you do every day. I mean, probably having your cell phone is just as bad on you. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't clip that. That might be just misinformation. All right, we finally got down the whole list of stuff. Oh no, we got more comments. I was about to end this thing. No, because it is completely true. Agree to disagree. I mean, is my webcam autofocusing? I think it'd be true on both points, but I think it's an instance for instance thing. You have people that that have been new to the hobby, like yourself, John, that I was just joking. I'm just giving you shit. But yeah, you've come a long way, and you've learned a lot more than I did when I was only in it for a couple of years. But I mean, I don't think you can also substitute that everyone is like you and everyone's doing that proper research and making sure and talking to the right people at the right places, I guess you would say. A lot of people are, again, it goes back to that argument I was saying about, your stance on loose substrate really stems from which Bearded Dragon Facebook group you joined that day. That's just how it goes. People tend to just take the information they're presented and roll with it, and that's a big problem. I think you learn a lot more on how to take everything anyone says with a grain of salt as you mature and grow for years into the hobby. But for sure, I mean, we can talk about well, actually, I don't know about that specific thing. Spiders plus Enigma geckos and carpet python morph. All the ban meant that they didn't want them sold at their expo. Doesn't mean you can't keep them, breed them, or sell them. Just not at their expo. Plenty of people in the UK breed spiders. Some agree with it, some don't. Exactly, it's all personal choice, man. And a bunch of those people made a lot of videos. The breeders, spider ball python breeders made comments to that, and I mean, it wasn't like they were angry and they're like, I can't believe they're doing this. It was like, okay, I'll just sell my spider ball python somewhere else. That was pretty much the thing I got from the videos I watched about it. Why don't you get a nice camera, Tristan? I swear to God, I saw you on Adam's stream. You saying I got a shit setup? Listen, my guy. Got a $600 camera right here. But here's the thing. To get this camera working, I need a Camlink. Camlink costs me $400. Then I need an AC power pack battery charger. That costs another couple $100. Then I need some HDMI cables, different software. All in all, it will cost me $800 to just get that video camera set up to stream, where this is good enough. What? We were talking about Tegus this whole time, man. Yeah, I have a Tegu. I have one Tegu, blue and Argentine black and white. Leopard geckos groups are pretty bad too. Leopard gecko groups are always bad. Tegu or Sav monitor. Tegu. I'm gonna Sav. Unless you're totally in love with the species and if you do the proper amount of time that it takes to learn everything there is about a savanna monitor, you love that species, and by all means get a savanna monitor. If that's not the case, get a tegu, because 9 times out of 10, that savanna monitor is not going to make it past age 5. All Facebook groups have their bad apples. Very true, Supreme. I'm sorry to take you off subject, but I have an 18 by 18 by 24 exoterritorium, and I have a male adult crested gecko in there. I'd like to add another one, but I'm risking of getting a male. Can I divide? That'd be a little tight. I probably wouldn't, because that's only like 9 inches of space for each. Yeah, I would say pass on dividing it, man. That'd be a really narrow forum, almost to the point where like it's not. They couldn't even do that. I guess, I don't know. Vertical. Dakota, is that an M50? That's not an M50. Both Adam and John decided to get M50s. I looked at the M50 for a while, and I liked it. This is actually a Canon Rebel SL2 EOS 3. I can't remember what they're called. If you're if you're not in America, it's not called an SL2. I can't remember what it's called. But I decided to go with that. It's a DSLR camera. I like the pictures that it takes. It takes great quality pictures. I really needed that because I didn't just want the camera for YouTubing. I also wanted it for photography, getting good shots. I like the fact that I don't have to replace lenses like you do with the mirrorless if you already have DSLR lenses. Just works great for me. I'm sorry, I really like your channel, but I get brain hurt whenever I watch the hypersensitive eyes and ears. Hey man, we got the Yeti mic. You're telling me the Yeti mic's not good enough? See, Adam has the soundboard, and it's what I need. But again, that's just more money. I mean, Adam's got a growing YouTube channel. He makes the YouTube bucks, so he can get the extra stuff. I am struggling as it is. That would only be 9 inches wide divided. That's really narrow for an adult crusty. Canon just came out with software upgrade that limit needed for additional HUD for live streaming. Check out Jan's video from last week. I checked it out the day that they released it. It has quite a few glitches. I couldn't get mine to work. I couldn't actually get it to show up on OBS. John got his to work. It killed his battery within like the 5 minutes we were setting up for our podcast. So that's why if you look up our Scales 13 podcast, it just shows the Canon EOS software, because it just killed his battery. I know Adam's saying that the software has a 30-minute time limit before it shuts off. So I have to get more software to counteract that. There's a lot of stuff. Right now, that software is in beta, so it's kind of iffy. I don't know. I can't even get mine to work. I don't know how. So that's just something I'll have to look more into. What's your opinion on underground reptiles? I've ordered leopard geckos from them, and they arrived dead. Underground reptiles, like most big box stores, Snakes at Sunset, Underground Reptiles, Triple L, it's all going to be the same thing. If you buy what they're breeding, you're going to have good luck. So Underground Reptile, tegus. If you want to take it from Underground Reptile, you're going to get a healthy tegu, because they actually breed their tegus. A lot of people get imports, and a lot of people don't understand what an import is and the extra care you have to take with them, and they just assume that, oh, they gave me a sick animal. That's just kind of imports. Now, do I think it's bad business to send animals that are at risk of getting DOA like your leopard geckos? Yes, I do. I don't think too highly of Underground Reptiles, nor do I Snakes at Sunset or Triple L. Like, for instance, I've had some stuff from Snakes at Sunset that have passed. They have issued me a refund, but I still think it's kind of fucked up for you to send me animals that you know are not going to make it a week. I don't know. They're big box stores. They do a lot of wholesaling, and I think that's how they make most of their money. I'm not 100% sure, but when you're talking about just customer-to-customer relations, I don't think those stores have the best reputation. Yeah, that's what happens, Scales. You try to use the software. Tristan, you want 1080p? Actually, I think this thing only streams on 7. You want 720p? Don't worry, Tristan. It's only a matter of time before I figure out the webcam thing, get that camera rolling. I just have to, learn tech stuff, and that's just something I don't want to do. How deep should tegu substrate be at a minimum? Depends. You're talking about babies. I'm just going to go with adults. Adults, I think you should have anywhere from like 15 up. I would do like 15 as a minimum. I wouldn't, 15 inches. I don't know, man. You're really going to put 15 feet of substrate somewhere. Yeah, 15 inches minimum. I'd like to see more closer to 2 feet, but I find 15 inches does the job. I think hybrids are cool. I don't have any issues with it. I know there's a lot of people in the hobby, and maybe that depends on like what generation from the hobby you get into. I find that we're kind of in the generation, and I was kind of in the middle between forums and Facebook groups. A lot of the new people, I call them the Facebook group keepers because they were just born in a generation where reptile keeping social media is on Facebook groups. Whereas before we had forums, and then before that, I don't know because I'm not that old, but I see a lot of older guys that have been in it for a lot longer have problems with hybrids. I don't. I think they're cool. I don't really see too big of an issue with it. I understand where they're coming from, and I get their point of view. Personally, I think they're kind of cool. I like the retic burn bat eaters. I think bat eaters are fucking awesome. I was very surprised when I saw that Miguel at Bowling Python got a Cayman lizard from Underground. He said he had a great experience with them. I'm pretty sure Brian, speaking of Brian Barczyk, I'm pretty sure he got a couple Caymans from Underground Reptile. I don't know. It seems to be a hit or miss. I think if you're in the business, like Always Evolving Python, a lot of people know who he is. He's pretty big in the community. I feel like, if I'm Underground Reptiles, I'm not going to sell him a sick Cayman lizard. That's kind of how I would do it. Hey, thanks for coming on, Supreme. Really appreciate it. But, as far as the average person goes, I think that's when there's, in some people's mind, a little more leeway as far as, sending sick animals. I think my phone camera is okay. I just need that mic to come in. Man, that mic, those mic problem scales, I was like, I don't know what to do. Away your life away. What's with the dreads? Are you just coming in and out to make weird comments? Yes, touche. What's your opinion on the Reptarium? I'm probably gonna wrap this up. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. All right, if anyone has any last questions, I'm gonna answer this and then I'll check out the chats and we're gonna wrap it up. What's your opinion on the Reptarium? I think the Reptarium, I don't know. I haven't been there. I've only seen videos. You can really, you can really show a perspective of places if you just videotape and put things in the way you want to have them. I've heard from people that the Reptarium is a lot smaller than it looks like on the videos, but I mean, the enclosures look cool. I think it's weird they just put, has these really nice backdrops, and yet for most of his setups, he uses like cocoa fiber, like dry ass cocoa fiber. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to get like a quality substrate in there and like hit up, I don't know, what is it, Bio or Josh's Frogs? Hit up, I mean, they've a friend, they've done collabs together. Hit up Josh's Frogs for some ABG mix, That'd be cool. That's just my opinion, but decent enclosures is my what I'll go for it. Dude, I look back and just laugh. It looks like I have no idea what was going. I know we're trying to like, what's going on with your mic? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, there's nothing we can do. Wait, I missed this. Oh no. Oh, Jersey Ripper, we are wrapping up right now. But you didn't answer my question in post. I honestly didn't answer a lot of people's questions in that post, and we are going to get back to those questions. If anyone also has extra questions that you want to potentially get answered, because I don't know if the chat gets too out of hand, I'll just roll with it, and then we have more content for next week. Make sure to go to the post that I made. It has the same logo that is in this thumbnail for this live stream, and you can see I asked if you have any questions that you want to ask me, whether that be husbandry related, enclosure related, animal behavior, breeding, things like that. You can ask them in that post, and I'll read them all or some next week on episode 3 of Ask a Breeder. We are going to be doing this every Thursday at 5 p.m. I think 5 p.m. is a good time. I don't know. It seems to work. Brian makes his own sagittal. He sells it. He calls it's called Reptile Prime, I think. It's cocoa fiber, though. I don't know. I think it looks weird. Because I don't know. It's like this really nice rock background from Universal Rock, and then it's like this dry ass, dusty fiber. Don't look good. Tristan, if you subscribe, get me a subscriber, and that's cool, man. That's some cool stuff. All right, I am going to wrap it up now. I'm tired. Got an hour and a half. I think that's long enough. I only expected to make this for an hour, but chat was good. Usually my chat isn't that filled with people talking, so I had fun. Any last things you guys want to say before I head on out of here? Give it a couple seconds. Like I said, this is going to be a Too late. He did it. Good stuff. As always, I'm going to be doing this every Thursday now at 5 p.m. until something changes with what's going on in the world. But I'm trying to keep it pretty consistent. My upload schedules are now going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll be doing the stream on Thursday, and of course, we have the Herp Hour on Saturday. So pretty big schedule. Really trying to make this YouTube thing work. So I'm going to be uploading as much as I can, trying to make it more consistent. Hopefully the algorithm will like me and bump me to people, and hopefully I can blow up just randomly and make money off of this thing. Hopefully catch you next week. Have a good one, man. Hey, you too, Michael. All right, Joseph. Last question goes to Joseph. What is your question? Give it a second. See, the problem is this has a 20-second lag, so I say this, what's your question? And then we got to wait 20 seconds for him to answer. So, Joseph, what's your question? It's been 20 seconds. Joseph, that Accu monitors. Actually, I don't know where to get Accu. Rare Earth seems to be like the big place, but if you want one like right now, I actually don't know if they have any. Of course, Professor Herp he has his yellow Accus. I think he's got. I know his first pair has just bred, so he should be getting eggs. So I think he'll have some, relatively speaking, within. It's going to be a bit, but Professor Herp, John, he's a great place to get Accu monitors from. Really takes care of his stuff. Has his animals in nice large enclosures. He's a good guy. Seep runners, I have no idea. That's going to wrap it up. Good questions. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, that post is over on my community tab on this channel, so you just click on that. You'll be able to scroll down and find it. It's got the picture that this logo is, and that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming, and I will see you next week.